password and pound sign. Change. As you use IP Office, your name will be included in system announcements that you and other people will hear. Press 1, and at the tone, please speak your name. After speaking your name, press 1 again.
She will basically walk you through everything you need to do. So you're going to press 1 here, say your first and last name, and then you press 1 when you're done. So technically speaking, your voicemail is then set up, okay? Because what it'll say is, it'll do an automatic reading. In other words, it'll say, John Smith is unavailable. Please leave your message after the tone. If you want a personalized greeting, that is going to be number 3. You're going to go into number 3, and then it'll ask you what greeting you want, and it's greeting number 1, okay? And then you're going to, you can have like 5 greetings, and you can have like an away greeting, you know, I'm on vacation. So you then record that greeting, and then you're going to listen to the greeting, and it's like pound to approve that greeting. And then it's going to say for this greeting for all calls, press 1. For internal calls, you want it for all calls. So you're going to press 1. Then you have your greeting all set up. Now every time that, whenever this light right here lights up, you have a voicemail message, okay? You're going to press this button. It's going to ask you for your extension number followed by the pound sign. If you're at your phone, you can just hit pound.
Which
for your
message for
extension
voicemail,
system.
the third?
I'm sorry?
Which one is a voice message?
Right here. It's the same one as what you do your greeting
For
on.
voice,
Yeah,
okay.
and then that little light is going to light up when you have a message.
Okay.
What's the dial on from the outside?
I'm not sure what the number is. Do you have direct numbers, direct dial numbers?
Yes, now we do.
You do,
That was
okay.
a part of the system.
If-
That's what we're told.
Yeah, then what Ralph will do is he's going to, we'll get you that number. He will program one of your direct numbers to be what's called the backdoor to the voicemail. So as soon as you dial that number, what you're gonna hear is, as if you just press this button at your desk, she's gonna say, please enter, there you have to put in your extension number. So you put your extension number in pound, and then your password in pound. And then you're listening to your messages. Now, to bypass, if you just get into your voicemail, or if you get into it externally, and you listen to a message, after, when it starts, she's gonna say, recorded yesterday at blah, 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 and then she's gonna start reading the phone number off. If you wanna just bypass that, you would hit 0, and it starts playing the message. So, the first thing that you do is you get into your mailbox, she's gonna, if you have a new message, she's gonna say, please enter your extension, you just hit pound if you're at your phone. Then, what you're gonna do is, she asks for a password. You put your password in and hit pound. At that point, she's gonna say 3 new voicemails. To listen to your messages, press 2. You press 2, and then to bypass the caller ID information, and when the call comes in, press 0. Now you're listening to the first message. After you do that, you can save it, forward a copy of it, or delete it. Now delete is *3. Is it the same?
It's like the
Are
old
these the
systems,
same?
all the same.
Did you have the partner system?
No, it's the old phones are out there in the bin. They're
Was it a Merlin Magics or a partner? You know?
Well,
Yeah, it must have been an Avaya system,
It
but
was-
because I see partner system in there.
It was Star D, which is
We used to New York partners,
Star 3.
right?
I'm sorry?
No, you're thinking something else.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, *3, it's all the same prompts at that point. So, *3 to delete, press 1 to forward a copy. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's a Merlin
Yeah,
Magic
Merlin.
system. Yep. So, good, so you know all the prompts. All the prompts are the same as before. That's one thing Avaya does across all their systems, is keep the prompts the same. So, if you press *3 like before, you're going to delete the message. Now, you can, after you listen to the message, also forward a copy, which I'm sure you could do before, to another user in the system. Any questions so far as setting up your mailbox or anything with the voicemail?
No, I was able to change my password.
You were? That's number 5. So if you get into, you have to know your old password, get in, it's number 5, and then it's gonna ask you to a bunch of options. Number 1 is this, number 2. I think it's then number 3 to change your password, and then you can change your password.
Well, I just changed it for the front desk. I sort of put a generic number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can also, if you lose your password, if anyone that loses it, we'll have remote access into the system. We can get in and wipe out your
We used to
password.
ask Paul.
I'm sorry?
We used to ask this guy for.
So, yeah, you could change it, do
Yeah.
whatever. So we could do that remote.
If you want to forward, like, I'm away from my desk and I want to forward my extension to someone else to answer it, what?
I'll show you how to do that. I'm not sure. There's a bunch of, you don't have a lot of buttons on these phones. Okay, so what he did is put 3 what are called line appearances on here, so you can get 3 calls at a time. Then you have Park 1 and Park 2, which means that if you were to page someone and said, there's a call on Park 1, you can go to any phone and press the button for Park 1 and answer that call. Okay, that's what these 2 buttons, it's like putting a call on hold, except now you have, I think you have a T1 in here, so you don't have line appearances like line 1, line 2, line 3 and all that. You would just page them and say pick up, and if Park 1 is engaged, you would put the call on Park 2.
So, okay, I put it on park and I go somewhere else and pick up.
You can pick up on any
So
phone.
anybody else would pick up my stuff if I park it?
Mhm.
If they know
As
you're there.
long as they know that you parked it on Park 1 or Park 2. So what you're gonna do, we're gonna be giving you a page button, so you'll be able to page all the phones. So if someone is not at their desk and you need to get them an important phone call, what you would do is hit Park 1, let's say, and that would put the caller on
okay.
Park
All
1
right.
in a holding pattern, and then you would page, Mary, you have a call on Park 1. Mary can go to any phone, hit Park 1 and get that call.
Okay, well, I hope, they don't misheard and, Paul or somebody else pick up park 1. Because that can
I don't
happen.
pick up Mary's.
Yeah. I'm just thinking,
What do we
No,
do?
it's
No,
complaints.
Well, I mean, but we had it the old way before, we do call pickup in the extension, so you
Yeah.
didn't do it a lot, but you could've,
Yeah.
you could do, pick up line
Well, I've
804, and anybody could've picked it up, so it's.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, ideally, you'll just transfer the call to that extension.
That's what
and
I'm
then
gonna
go
do. I'm
there.
not gonna park it. The only call pickup I'm gonna do is mine because I'm like this up there, sitting there.
Yeah, if again, it's usually I'm guessing that you just do a straight transfer to the person's phone.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
You hit
That's-
transfer, their extension, if they're not there, it goes into voicemail.
Yeah, but when I was talking about forwarding, it's like I'm away from my desk, and I want someone to answer the phone so I could forward my extension, like in the old.
Right, so maybe you're working at Janet's desk, you
Yeah.
wanna forward it to Janet's desk.
We're gonna have to put a call forward button on your phone. Anybody else that wants to do that is gonna have to use what's called the short code, which will get you all a list of the short codes for these features. And like if you wanted to forward it, it's like *27, and then it's gonna say, extension number, where you're forwarding to, you hit the extension number, and then pound, and that your phone
Okay.
is then forwarded to that extension number.
Okay, if I needed, like, say I'm not here, would I be able to forward the calls to my cell phone?
No, yes, you know what?
It worked when,
Oh.
that worked when this phone
'Cause-
system was in Melville, that I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like working remotely.
So
next month.
remotely, if you wanna do that, what we need to do is set up a prompt in the voicemail that it'll say, do you wanna forward your calls? Yes, and then you're gonna hit, it's gonna ask you for a phone number, or we can put the phone number in through the programming.
Okay.
And then you could just enable and disable call forwarding. You forward to your cell, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you put that on uniformly for everybody?
Yeah.
So we can all do that?
Mm-hmm.
But we
Yeah.
You'll
don't
be
want
able-
all to forward to her cell then.
Yeah.
No,
Well, I
we
just
don't.
figured she doesn't want
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Okay. What about retrieving your messages from outside?
Yeah, what we're gonna do is set up a direct number. I don't think Ralph has set it up yet, and we'll give it to you so that it's called a
Okay.
backdoor number to the voicemail.
All right.
And it's as if you press the voicemail key at your desk. However, the one step you will have to do is when it says enter your extension number followed by the pound sign, then you have to hit your extension number.
Right.
Followed by the
And that would
pound
be the
sign.
last 3 digits of the.
Right, your extension, do you have the new, is this a
So it's the
new
new
extension
list,
list?
not the old one. It's just
Okay,
all
that's,
this one.
so you're all in the 500s?
The one that's typed is the new extension.
Right, what were you were the 100s before?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, what you'll need to do is like 592, 590, 543. You're all in the 500s except one is 5589.
No, it's 5.
Is it 580? Okay,
Yeah.
and 588.
That's
Okay.
the outside number.
Okay. So it's the last, are those also your direct numbers?
Yes.
Do they
Yes.
end with that? Okay, so.
Yeah,
then-
it's the
Even
last
every-
3 of the 7.
Right, so that's for everyone,
What
so.
about just calling your direct number, is no way to do it on that? Call your direct number, like we used to, to get your.
You can do that too. You can call your direct number and then hit *7. You probably did that before.
Yeah.
That's when your voicemail picks up, hit *7. You can do that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All the prompts are the same as before, because
You
it was
didn't
in
have
the
to do
bias
Star
system.
before things were set. Star's in Westbury.
Yeah, here was just 7.
But where did the system? Wasn't this the
This was
system in Westbury?
Melville.
Oh, it was in Mel. What system do they have in?
Westbury,
Yeah.
it's a little better, the phone's a little nicer than this, that's the only.
But you have an IP office, which is a good system. The phones, you reused these
Right.
phones. But the system itself
It's
is.
the same,
Yeah.
incorrect, it's the same, but their phone is a little nicer, it has speed dial on it, which is good.
I have speed dial.
Does anybody have?
It says speed dial?
I don't know, I have.
Yes, but
My
you're
phone
gonna
has
have to
speed dial.
use, with this model phone, you don't get a lot of buttons in it. You only get 6 buttons, so, you can do speed dial, but you're gonna have to use short codes to get there. In other words, like pound 56 may be your speed dial list, and then you gotta remember, it's not gonna show you who, on other phones, like the phone you have, I can actually put in a bunch of speed
Yeah,
dials
like the
by
one in
name.
Westbury, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
you
they
put
have the
30 in.
54, yeah, you can put hundreds in by name and just hit the first letter hit speed dial and hit the first letter of and then it's gonna scroll down. It's very nice. Here, it's very cumbersome to do.
How old
this.
is this phone?
It's probably 7, well, it could be anywhere from, they didn't put it on the IP office, even 7 years ago, so it could be 7 to 15 years old.
Wow.
It's a pretty big range.
Yeah. They made it for an 8-year period, they don't manufacture it anymore.
Are you guys gonna make sure that we don't have to wait for lines? Because all morning we're waiting for lines, 10 seconds, 30
They're
seconds.
Ralph
working on
said
that.
it's
They're working on that will be done after.
After
It's like
5.
close after 5 because he has to shut down for a brief period of time.
Oh, okay.
So
Alright.
okay. That's only the first dial tone, so in other words, you're hitting 9 and it says wait for,
Dial
After you
9,
dial the
dial
whole
the phone
number.
number, and then it gives
Oh,
you.
and it waits?
It gives
14
beep,
second
beep,
delay.
beep, beep, beep. Sometimes it's no delay, sometimes it's 10 seconds, sometimes it's 40 seconds, but yeah.
he's working on that? did you
Yes.
say? Okay.
You do that after hours, like after
Yeah,
5.
that shouldn't be like that, okay.
I have another question about the forwarding. If we have voicemails, right, would we get notifications like on our cell phones?
You can, if you want, you can get an email that you have a voicemail.
Okay.
It has to be, we have to be on your network, and we have to get everybody's email address. Ralph may need more information from your IT people, because he has to set up an internal email address for our voicemail server in there, and then it can send out emails when you get a voicemail.
Can you play the email on your computer too?
Well, you know what, it can, but it's not recommended because so many WAV files, it comes in a WAV file.
Yeah.
And then a lot of WAV files going through your email server, a lot of times the IT people don't want that, so we'll send a notification. That notification will say, you'll see an email coming in from Voicemail Pro, and then it'll say the phone number that left the message. That's just a notification, you dial in, you get your voicemail. The other way, we can send the whole WAV file, that's up to you if you actually want that, but there's a lot of WAV files going through the email server, and I don't know if you have, what kind of service you have, if you have a T1 or what, but it may slow things down.
The traffic is gonna be too much.
I don't know what you guys are on, but I think Live Office can probably handle it for us, but either way. so.
Yeah, well, they're not separate.
No,
from
we-
anything
No, they're on their
anyway,
own,
so.
yeah.